Welcome! My name is Kelly Anderson, and this is Fanimated, an animation fan podcast where we get a chance to geek out about our favorite animated media. Today, Emma Martin and I are going to list our personal favorite top 10 anime openings. We hope you will guess along with us, but if you aren't as anime savvy, there's still a ton of mayhem and fun to enjoy in today's episode. I am so excited to finally get to share this with you. And thank you to the Fanimated crew over on patreon.com/Fanimated for making this podcast possible. Now, there are no spoiler warnings for this episode, so let's get started and let's get animated. Hello, Emma!
Hi, Kelly! Oh my gosh, it's so good to be here!
Oh, thank you for being here. As always, it's always a pleasure making a podcast with you, and I'm so excited about this episode.
Me too. It's going to be so much fun today, listeners. I hope you're ready.
I hope you are ready. Okay. So what we're doing today is we're talking about our top 10 favorite anime openings, and I should give a shout out to the Banter I Hardly Know Her podcast because I got this idea from them. And they did an episode where they did their top 10 favorite underrated movie scores. And what they did was they made it a little game, which is what we're going to do with our top 10 favorite anime openings. So what's going to happen is Emma and I both have our own separate lists of top 10 favorite anime openings. We are going to play the music, the first part of the music, and the other person has to guess what anime it's from.
Yes. It'll be so much fun.
It'll be awesome. I'm super excited. So if you're listening at home, definitely try to guess what anime that we're choosing as we go. So you can try to guess too, and let us know on Facebook, Instagram, at Fanimated Podcast. Did you get some right? Which ones did you not get? Or, you know, we'd love to know how many you got right.
If you don't know anime very well, just take a listen because these songs are super fun. So, you'll just enjoy it either way.
Absolutely. I'm very excited. It's interesting because doing this, well, is really hard to choose just 10.
Oh my gosh. I was just telling Kelly about this. When she brought up this idea, I was all for it. I was like, yes, this will be so much fun. Because I also listened to that episode. But then when I actually had to put it to the test, I was like, oh, I've written down 35 anime songs already. I'm such a nerd. I don't know how to choose.
It was so hard to narrow down. And I also noticed that, some of my favorite anime doesn't necessarily have my favorite openings.
I would agree.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, it was crazy. Also, I was like, man, there are so many anime endings that are so good. The songs are awesome, and man, I could do a whole episode on that.
Exactly. If we would have done endings as well, it would have been even harder to narrow it down to 10.
Yes. And a caveat for myself, at least, this top 10 list is ever changing. This
True.
morning I changed it. This is just where we're at right now. And definitely let us know if we missed any. If there's a really good anime opening that you love and we didn't talk about, please, again, we're at Instagram, Facebook, at Fanimated Podcast, fanimatedpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to email us, let us know what we missed because we'd love to know.
And I feel like we'll have a pretty good range of songs today just because Kelly and I are those people who like everything from action to rom-coms. Mm-hmm. So we're hoping that there will be a pretty big diversity of music today. And that'll be exciting too. So if you don't watch rom-com anime and you're more into the action, that's okay. We have the best of both worlds.
Absolutely. We have a lot. And I should mention too, we haven't seen all bajillion anime that is available. So, these are, based off things we've seen and things that we love. So just keep that in mind too.
And because we have watched so much anime, even now I'm thinking of anime that I've watched and I was like, oh man, I forgot to look up the music for that. Because like, even though we've seen a lot, sometimes, you know, like a lot of shows, you just forget what you've watched. Like,
yes.
Even if it was really good. So, we'll for sure be missing some gems out there, but it doesn't mean they don't matter.
Exactly. So definitely let us know. And this is not an all-inclusive, like, these are the best anime openings.
Personal choices.
These are personal, yeah. These are for us personally. They're our personal favorite
Well, we like to jam out to.
Openings.
You know.
Exactly. Even as I speak right now, I'm like, oh wait, I want to change one.
Well, Kelly, you're running out of time here.
I know. I'm trying to think if I should. You know what? I'm not going to change it. I'm going to leave my list the way it was when I came in. And I am going to mention this other one at the end in honorable mentions, okay? Okay.
All right, let's play this game. I'm ready.
Okay. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Ooh. I think I will go first.
Okay. And I should also mention that, like, I am feeling very, like, I feel like fairly equipped to try to guess your choices, but I am also aware that I could totally flop at this.
Oh, yeah. We're just having fun with it, honestly. I gotta be honest, I predicted that Kelly would win this game. Like, she would get more than me. But, you know, maybe we proved that wrong today. I don't know. Either way, we're just having a good time. So. All
right. So, for your number 10.
Okay, this is my number 10, folks.
I have no idea. So. Like, it does not ring any bells. This is your number 10. Okay. I'm just gonna throw something out there. Is it? Man, I know people are listening and they're like, I know this one. I know this, Kelly. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm gonna guess. Is it Fairy Tale?
It is not Fairy Tale.
Not it sounds very Fairy Tale.
It's a good guess for me, but
yeah. And I was like, it's your number 10 though. Would you pick a Fairy Tale one for number 10? Okay, is it? Like, I'm just gonna try to guess one more that I know you've seen that I have not. Like, is it Maid-sama?
It is not.
Okay.
That was one of those animes where, and I guess it's kind of a hint, but where I watched it and I love that anime so much. I've watched it like 3 times, but the music is okay. So.
Okay.
But it is not Maid-sama.
Okay.
Would you like a hint?
Yes, I would like a hint.
Okay, so it is an anime that you've tried to watch but weren't into it.
Is it like the girl and the spirit and there's a temple and she becomes like the temple maiden?
Yes!
Oh my gosh.
It's called Kami-sama Kiss. Yes. So good job.
Thank you. I mean, I needed that hint. I tried watching that once and I should go back to it for sure.
I honestly love it so much. I really want to go back and rewatch it. For those who don't know what it is, just a very brief synopsis. It's about this gal, this normal average girl, who gets bestowed the task of being the temple prophetess is like the wrong word, but just like the temple overseer. Like one human is like designated with like a special symbol, like, so for her, like this spirit came to her in a butterfly form and landed on her. So she was appointed to take care of this temple, and she may fall in love with like the main spirit there, and it's just, you know, he's voiced by Michael J. Tatum, so I'm all about that. So
yes. And why do you like this opening?
It's just really fun. Like, it's like bouncy and catchy, and you're like, every time I listen to it, I just want to like, you know, swish my head back and forth. And it's, you know, some anime openings you like, I'll like just fast forward through the opening song, but this is one that I listen to every time because it's just super fun.
That is awesome. All right, so we got your number 10. Awesome. Perfect.
Yes, from Kami-sama Kiss.
Thank you. All right, here's my number 10 favorite anime opening. And this is the one that I keep wanting to change. Like, I change it every day. Because I'm like, what do I put as number 10? Because I have like 5 million. All right, this is what I've landed on for this recording. Okay, so no ideas?
Nope. Okay, so I feel like I have pretty good memory. And don't recognize that one, so it must be an anime I've never seen.
I do believe this is one you have not seen before.
Okay, and by the vibe of the music, does it have any, like, anything to do with sports?
That is an interesting guess. It does not. It's not a sports anime.
Okay, interesting. Okay. The next guess would be, like, I want to think of, like, ones that I haven't listened to, like Re:Zero, but I feel like Re:Zero is way too dark for this.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a good guess because yeah, Re:Zero openings are darker.
Yeah. Can I get a hint?
My hint is that it's an older anime. And to be quite truthful, I don't know if you'd be able to name it necessarily. Mm-hmm. But it is a popular one. I'd say it's fairly popular.
Okay. So there are a couple that come to mind. It's not psychic, is it?
It's not, no.
Okay. I'll see if I can try and guess one more.
Okay.
Because you said it's popular. Yeah?
I mean, I think
in
it's fairly popular
community?
in the anime community. Mm-hmm. Yes.
But older. Okay. Oh, man, this is driving me crazy. Oh, my gosh, I just want to know. I love it, though. I don't know.
Okay.
That's my white flag.
All right. This was from Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
So you have heard of it.
I've heard of it, totally.
Then it starts playing again.
Okay, so... like, yeah, I definitely wouldn't have guessed that. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So, this was one of the early in my anime watching days, and so it's one of the first anime that I watched. And I really need to go back and rewatch it because I don't remember a ton from it, but I do remember this opening. So it's definitely like in my brain. And I like not only the song, like the song is a bop and I love it.
Gotta love that.
But the visuals too, just like, I don't know, it's just like your standard fare anime opening, but I feel like they do more interesting things with it than some do. Some on my list that didn't make it in, and because it feels kind of like a classic, so I wanted to include it, and it's a lot of fun.
I love it. That was a bop.
It was a bop. And Code Geass, if you don't know, it's kind of like a futuristic kind of, mecha robots and obviously rebellion is in the title, so there's like this rebellion against the ruler and all these things. It's very good. It's very fun. It's very engaging.
Sounds great.
All right.
Okay, so then this would bring me to my number 9. So Kami-sama Kiss was number 10. So let's see. I mean, I feel like you'll know this, but here we go. Number 9.
Yeah, we immediately started bopping our head at the same time.
She gave me a look right away. I was just like, yep, I got it.
It's Fairy Tail!
Yes. Do you happen to know which one in Fairy Tail?
Which one? Is it the first opening?
It is the very first
opening. It's the very first!
Yes, the very beginning of the Fairy Tail series, which is one of my favorite animes ever. Just about a bunch of wizards fighting crime and growing together as a family. I absolutely love Fairy Tail, and I'm pretty sure I've said that multiple times, but I think you said that you're kind of back on track with, like, watching it a little bit, so that's exciting.
I am. I'm watching it just a little bit at a time. It's hard for me to binge because there's so much, and you'd think that would be easy to binge, but because sometimes it's like, it goes on and on and on, that it's just a nice little thing that I love to watch, like, every once in a while when I just need a good anime, a good feel-good anime to watch, and it's perfect for that, and it's so much fun.
I can't wait to see you get to the end of it eventually, just because, like, it is a lot, like, with the all the fight scenes and everything, but, like, the character development over time is just beautiful. So,
yes.
Anyway, that first opening is just so classic. I love it.
Good, good. Here is my number 9 favorite anime opening.
Ooh. I'm guessing it's not an action anime. Or am I wrong?
Do you want a hint?
Oh, oh come on. Sure.
I will say that it is an action anime, actually.
It is?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like, once again, like I said with ReZero, that it's not Attack on Titan because that would be darker. Am I correct in that?
That is correct. It's not Attack on Titan.
Okay.
I will give you... Would you like a hint? Well, this might not be much of a hint.
Let me try and guess one more.
Okay.
Is it an anime... This feels like a silly question. It is an anime you watched, right?
It is not an anime that I have seen.
Is it Naruto?
It's not! How did you get that? Oh my gosh! Emma, that's incredible!
You're welcome. I just, like, I don't know, because, like, it is an action anime, but, like, it's, you know, it's like Fairy Tail, where it's, like, more uplifting, like, more adventurous, so, like, that's why when you said that it is an action anime, I was like, ooh, interesting. So, I have also never seen Naruto. I need to work on that because I feel like that's just one of the staples.
Yes, same.
But I don't know, that was just, like, the first thought that came to my head, so I was like, let's just go for it.
That's amazing.
Wow.
I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed, Emma.
I got one.
You got one. You got the one that I figured you definitely would not get because I haven't seen it and you haven't seen it. Okay, so here's my reasoning for why it's on my list, even though I've never seen the show. I listen to a lot of just J-pop in general and
love that.
Anime opening songs. And I came across this one and I was like, this song is amazing. This has got to be from an anime, right? Because I was like, this is like the most anime song I've ever heard.
Right.
And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, it is from an anime. And I listen to this song all the time. And not only do I love this song, but it's also like the opening, I have no idea what's going on. But the opening looks sweet as heck. So, that's actually... the 16th opening of Naruto Shippuden, or however you say that. So opening 16.
Wow, I love it. That was so fun. I can't believe I got that.
I am so impressed with you.
Thank you.
Good job. That, even though you didn't get the last one, I feel like this makes up for it like tenfold.
Okay, so moving on to number 8 then. This also will be a pretty easy guess.
I just about lost it.
Just in a ball for a moment. I was like, whoa.
I was dying. That is clearly the OG Fruits Basket.
Yes, you are correct.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't not fit it in. It's just too beautiful and perfect. So, there it is, folks.
Oh, that's too good. That is absolutely fantastic. Why do you love this?
I love it because it's so sweet and wholesome and basically encapsulates the entire show and what it's about. You know, it's just like, let's be together always. It's all about these friendships, this family that's forming together, even though they're not blood related, and I just think it's precious.
The song is beautiful. I'll just add that, like, although visually there's not as much going on, like, it says everything you need it to say, and it's like this one petal falling and it's like going past all of the main characters and ending up at Toru, and like she's the one who like influences everyone. Oh my goodness. It's such a classic. I'm so glad that you played it.
Oh, you're welcome. I had to. It's just too good not to let it be in the top 10.
For sure. Are you ready for my number 8?
I'm so ready.
Okay.
So not only did we both have this in our top 10, but it was both our number 8. Wow.
That's why I was losing my mind. That you picked it for your number 8 too.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Are we like best friends or what?
yeah, I guess so. Wow. I can see why you lost it. My gosh. I was like, wow, she's really getting a laugh out of this. Like,
So, just all the things we just said. Fruits Basket is such an impactful story. The original, like, really hit both of us in the feels, and like, it's so impeccably done. And the remake is, oh my gosh, even more fantastic somehow. And
right.
yes.
Like, I feel like okay, so the remake is absolutely stunning and perfect so far. It's just been amazing. But I would encourage you to watch the original as well, because it is so wholesome. Even if the anime is like, you know, older and it's not as nice and clear, it's just so precious. And there are some moments that, you know, we haven't yet gotten in the remake, and maybe we will. But it's just wonderful to watch it and get all of the feels in the original.
Absolutely.
All right, let's head on over to, this is my number 7. Okay. Once again, the reason why I think you're going to win is because most of these you will know. So, but
okay.
Anyway, it's still fun nonetheless, because it's like we're reminiscing on old memories, you know?
It's so good, yes.
Okay, here's number 7.
It's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, baby.
Yeah, it is.
Easy peasy. Now, can I guess which
Opening.
number?
Yeah. Because it is a longer show.
Is this opening number 5?
Close, but no.
It's 4.
Yes, correct.
I was gonna say 4, and then I chickened out. Yes,
I have
tell me.
so much memory in this song because as I mentioned on a previous podcast, there was a time where Kelly and I binged this show together.
Yes.
And I remember whenever this opening would come on, we'd just be jamming. Like, we're just dancing around the dorm area, and it's just full of so much memories, which is why I mainly love it. But also, it's just like so rocking at the beginning that you can't help but like move. And the visuals are really pretty. There's like an image of like the sunlight breaking through the clouds, and I love that. It's so nice. Yeah, so good times, great show, fantastic show actually. Like, it's one of the best.
It is my favorite anime of all time.
So good.
This song is probably my favorite song of the Full Metal Alchemist. Like the just the song part, not necessarily the whole opening as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely one that like I will listen to for sure.
Absolutely.
And Full Metal has so many great openings.
Agreed.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. Now it's my number 7. We're on 7, right? Yes.
That is correct. Because remember, both our number 8 was Fruits Basket.
Yes, that is now just a legend. And we talk about Fruits Basket in an older episode, the original Fruits Basket, so you should listen to that. Here is my number 7.
Okay. I don't know this one, but it's definitely an action anime, I feel like.
Yes.
Based on the vibe.
For sure.
Heavier metal. Is it Attack on Titan?
It is not, though that is a good guess. From what you would know about my watching habits, that's a good guess.
Okay. Interesting. How about ReZero?
It is also not ReZero, although this song would fit with ReZero as well.
Okay, can I get a hint?
I've got to think of a good hint.
Oh, so this is one I'm aware of, or that I know decently?
I feel like I've at least mentioned it before. It is a newer anime. I'm like, there's one hint I could give you, but that would just, I feel like, make it obvious. Because it's just so different from so many. Maybe that's my hint. It's very different from other anime on this list. It's a different genre than yes, it's action, but it fits differently than the other action anime on my list.
It isn't that one that's like the Witch Academy?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Maybe I should give you the easy hint.
Yeah.
The easy hint is Vikings.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. I don't know the name of it, but it's about, that father-son relationship and they're Vikings and they're learning and he's learning how to fight. And I've seen your Instagram with videos of it. So I don't know the name of it, but it's that one.
It's that one. It's Vinland Saga.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. I'm going to take a brief moment to talk about Vinland Saga for a second because it's absolutely... I watched it after I made my episode, the top 10 of the 2010s episode, and if I had watched Vinland Saga before that, it would for sure be on the top 3, like no question. It is...
Dang.
It is phenomenal animation. Wit Studios, who does Attack on Titan, also worked on this, and so it's like amazing. Like the CG animation it is so much better than a lot of anime. Not to mention, it's an epic father-son dynamic that is my favorite, as we've mentioned before. Plus, it's Vikings. Hello. Like, I love Vikings. It's basically Hiccup, but edgier.
I feel like you relate a lot of things to Hiccup.
That's like my base, my foundation for any other animated medium.
'Cause in the last episode together, you talked about how Varian was very much like Hiccup in the Rapunzel universe.
It's true. I compare everything to How to Train Your Dragon. It's my life and my world. But also, it's hard not to compare since it's also about Vikings.
Yeah, for sure.
But Vinland Saga, watch it, please. It's on Amazon Prime. It is an epic. It is an epic saga, historical drama. It is not like any other anime. It's not fantastical. There's no crazy, like, I don't know, whatever. It's anime, but it's a historical drama. Like, how does that work? Well, it does.
Yeah, that's very rare in anime.
It's fantastic. So, highly recommend. Plus, the song is not my favorite, but the opening is. I really, really, really love anime openings that like tell the whole story in a minute. That's basically what this opening does, and it's why I really, really love it. And you get to see the progression of Thorfinn in this opening that kind of sets you up for his entire journey, and I love it.
Well, does that count for me? I mean, like with my 10th one, with the Kami-sama kiss, you didn't give the name, but you did like know what it was.
Right. So does that count for me? So that this counts for you?
Sure. I'm okay with
I'm
that.
not really keeping track. Where are we at?
So far, you're winning by 1.
I'm winning by 1. Okay.
Because I didn't get the very first one. Your 10th.
Oh yes. All right.
Okay. So now we are at number 6. Let's go. Classic.
It's Ouran High School Host Club.
You're correct.
Another anime that Emma and I have talked about on the podcast. Go check it out.
It's super fun. This is a rom-com, so different from what we've been doing. And this opener is just so fun. Like, I could listen to it all day. It's great. Listen to our podcast as we talk about it further in depth. But it's so funny, like, watching the video along with the music and be like, wow, this is really old animation.
Oh, I know. It looks like almost like a bad PowerPoint presentation.
Exactly.
Which is why I didn't put it on my list, but it was in my honorable mentions, and maybe I'll play the English version later, but it's an absolute classic. As soon as you played it, I was like, kiss, kiss, fall in love.
Yes. Oh, I love it so much.
Oh, Haru.
Like I said in the podcast episode, this is one of my first animes that I ever watched. So I love it.
A special place in your heart.
It does. Yep.
All right. I'm doing well. Guessed all of yours so far.
For now.
Oh.
JK, you're probably going to be fine.
I don't know. This is going to be a hard one for you.
Oh, God.
Like, yikes. I don't know.
Oh
if you're
man,
gonna...
I'm sensing the sarcasm.
I mean, like, you thought Naruto was hard?
I can't believe I got that
I
one.
know, I'm still impressed. All right, here's my number 6.
Is it bad that I'm struggling?
Are
with
you
this?
hesitating right now?
I am hesitating.
Oh my gosh! Do I need to play more of it?
Sure.
Okay, because my favorite part is coming up. Okay, I am shocked that you aren't getting this, but let's keep going. Your brain is working.
Yes, it's that chorus. I was like, oh, I know this. Okay.
You need to get to the chorus. Do you want me to keep playing, or I'm gonna give you a second. I'm gonna give you a second, and I'll play it more if you need to. But the light bulb went off.
Oh my goodness. I am so shocked that I don't know what this is.
Okay, I'm gonna just finish off.
I know this theme.
I'm gonna finish off the song, but you yell it if you figure it out. Do you need a hint?
Holy crap. I know this theme. Where is this theme from?
You know this.
I know this. Okay, give me a hint. It can be more vague.
Okay, so my hint is that I think the reason you're struggling with it is because it is earlier in the series. So maybe you haven't watched this part of the series in a while.
Okay. It feels too upbeat to be Full Metal Alchemist.
Correct. It is not Full Metal.
It's not Full
No.
Metal. I literally know this. I know this.
Because you said it's not Fairy Tale.
Correct.
Which is also, it's not, no.
Trust me, those I know.
You know the Fairy Tale ones.
Yeah, I know that.
Can I have another, well, unless you want to make any random guess, I can give you another kind of general clue that might help.
Is it in My Hero Academia?
Yes!
Yeah! Okay!
It's My Hero!
Oh my gosh! Guys, I was gonna cry if I didn't get that one.
Yes, I was shocked. I was shocked that you didn't get it right away. It is the second opening of My Hero Academia.
Yes.
So the start of the second season. I love this. Okay, My Hero Academia is one of those shows I could have put every single opening on this list.
Yes, agreed.
And this one is my favorite because I love the song. When I first watched this series, I listened to this song all the time. I love an English version of it that I found. It's just very powerful to me. And it just is a feel good opening where you're watching, everything is timed really well, there's so much action, and it's the tournament arc of the series. And
okay, yep.
And that fight with Todoroki and Deku is
Midoriya, yeah,
my favorite, as I've talked about in the My Hero Academia episode. And the way that this music hits with Deku's finger flick, in the opening, it's just so boom, and that's when that chorus comes up, and I'm like, yes, it's just it's the music and the visuals are integrated so well that this is my favorite My Hero Academia opening, hands down.
So good. I'm so glad you included that. I love it when the visuals and the music really link up together, because we were talking about how in Fruits Basket the visuals are okay, but the music is just gorgeous.
Yes.
But it's so much fun when a super fast fight scene is happening and you get all these cool angles while this epic music is playing. You're just oh yes, this is what I want.
So good.
I can't believe it took me so long.
I can't believe it took you that long.
I was just talking to Kelly about how I had recently watched an episode of My Hero Academia, but I think it's because I haven't watched the beginning seasons in a while. It's been a long time, so even though I love the show, so it is what it is, man.
We're halfway through. Do you want us to give us a recap of your bottom 5?
Yes. Okay, so in number 10 was Kami-sama Kiss. Then my number 9 was Fairy Tale, the very first opening. Then we have 8 as the Fruits Basket, the original opening. My number 7 was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and that is number 4, as in the opening number 4. And then lastly, I had my number 6 as Ouran Host Club Academy. Kiss, kiss, fall in love.
Yes. All right.
Oh, so now
So that's your number 5. So what's next, Emma?
Okay. Oh, why don't you just wait for it? Okay, one second.
I will say really quick, I love listening to all of these. It makes me want to rewatch like all of my favorite shows.
I know. So good. It just brings you back and you're like, oh, yes, that's right. This one is dear to my heart for many reasons.
Okay, I don't know off the top of my head. I love that you're dancing over there to it.
This song just gets me pumped up. And I actually want to play a little bit more if you could.
I don't. Is this Maid Sama? Like, I'm just trying to.
No, it is not.
Okay, I'm just trying to think of ones I haven't said yet that I know I haven't seen, because I for sure have not seen this. Oh, I might have seen this before. Oh, really? Okay. Wait, do you know? Do you know for sure or not?
I don't think so, actually,
okay.
now that I think about it. But
okay, but you hesitated. Okay, I am guessing it's a rom-com.
It can be.
Oh,
but
dear.
No, it's not. Like, its initial genre is not rom-com.
Really?
Really?
And
Would you like to
is it another fairy tale one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here's why. I wasn't going to say fairy tale because I was like, it's very mellow.
It's very
like,
pop.
It's
like,
very, right. It's not, and what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't feel like a normal fairy tale opening.
Totally.
And
that's why it's great.
that you already said a fairy tale one, but I was like, she loves fairy tale enough that there could be more. There could be more fairy tale in this list. Okay. Great. Oh, is it? It must be later in the show.
Yeah, that's why I hesitated because you have seen some of it, but I was like, actually, I don't think she's gotten this far.
I haven't seen
this
that part.
Opening 15.
Oh, I have not gotten that far. No. And why do you like this one? And why do you like it better than the other fairy tale one?
Okay. So one, it's just like super fun. Like there's this part that comes up that's like na 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 hey na 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 hey, and like it's just like super fun to sing along with. But also this is like where they start making like some notices towards Lucy and Natsu as a potential couple, and so the visuals make Emma very happy as you see like, you know, Natsu and Lucy like hugging and hanging on to each other. You're like, oh my gosh, things are finally happening. So
yes,
it's just very fun to me. So yeah, that is my number 5. And yeah, it's so interesting because of all the fairy tale songs, it is not like the usual fairy tale songs.
It's not. It sounds very different.
Mm-hmm.
So very exciting. Good one. Good one. It had me guessing.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, is she not going to get it? Oh, yes!
Finally one, because I've gotten all of yours so far, right?
Yes, this is correct.
You've gotten almost all of mine, right?
All except for one.
So to recap, my bottom 5 are number 10, Code Geass. Number 9, Naruto Shippuden, opening 16. Number 8, Fruits Basket, original.
Yep.
7, Vinland Saga. 6, My Hero Academia, opening 2. And here is my number 5.
Well, I do not know this one for sure.
I don't think you've seen it, no.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, did I give you too many hints?
Okay, well that rules out some that I was gonna guess.
Oh no! Sorry, I spoke too soon.
It's okay. I love it. Okay. It definitely seems like a rom-com or slice of life rather than action. Am I correct in saying that?
Maybe we should listen to this a little longer.
Oh, Jakers. Go ahead.
Okay,
it's just so different.
It's interesting that here's what's interesting is you're like, this isn't an action anime, and I'm like, okay, well let's just listen to it more. But now I'm realizing just by listening to this, it doesn't sound like an action anime.
Right, because it's got like almost like a Spanish flair to it, like with the trumpets and the drums. And I was like,
Because I don't want to say too much because I want you to guess, but I'll have some extra things to say now that I'm thinking about the visuals versus the song. And I think it could be argued that this isn't an action anime, but there is a lot of action. I think it could be broadly described as an action anime, but I think the main themes it's more of a drama or a thriller, which also don't sound like this opening.
And it's not the anime about the children and the main girl's name is Emma.
Oh, Promised Neverland.
Yeah.
That is not correct.
Okay.
No.
I'm trying to think of the dramas and thrillers you've watched. Because I feel like thrillers have more recently become your thing.
That is an interesting statement, and it's true.
But yet I am puzzled.
Yes, it's a drama. The heart of it is it's a drama. It's a psychological drama.
And it's not Love is War.
But it's disguised as an action anime.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that are listening and know what it is are just like squealing right now, I'm sure.
And it's one that I haven't seen.
I'm almost 100% certain you have not seen it. Dang. I feel like I've mentioned it before because, again, Emma and I talk about all the shows we watch, so I know I've mentioned it to you before.
Mm-hmm. Food Wars?
No. Food Wars is not a psychological drama.
Well, I don't know. By the way you describe it sometimes, I'm like, there's more going on there than just food.
Oh, yeah, then that's true.
That's exactly, see? Okay, can I get another hint?
It's from the 90s. It's a classic.
Bleach?
No.
One Piece?
No.
One Punch Man?
No. Now you're just listing off action anime.
Pokemon! Here you go.
No.
Pokemon. Well, shoot.
Does mecha robots help you at all?
Okay. I'm thinking the one that I watched, though, that had the robots. But...
Well, I don't know. Maybe you have watched this and...
No, remember... I don't even remember the name of it. I feel like you would know. I feel like... There was that prince. Like... The one that that I've watched. I don't remember its name, but it's like got that...
Oh, yeah! The one... Oh, man.
The prince who's a human and the rest are aliens, etc.
Wait, is this the people from Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an interesting show.
I don't remember the name of that one either, so we're getting there.
But, like, whenever I think of Mechabots, that's what I think of, or Voltron.
This show that I just played, it was probably a huge inspiration for that one. Like, this show was like, it, like, changed the game in a lot of ways. And a lot of openings after it were modeled after this one.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to have to give up on this one, because I don't think I'm going to be able to guess the name.
Okay. It is Evangelion.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Okay. Yes. It is a classic anime. I only just recently watched it for the first time this year, because it's on Netflix now. And so I went through and watched it, and it's a very... It starts out as this 90s mecha robot anime, and by the end you're like, no, this was a psychological drama. It's totally different than what you just expect. And it has so much more to say than you would expect. And the director had just made so many crazy, fantastic choices that are so weird that it just like sticks in your head so forever. And this song is just like a staple. So I figured A, I had to mention it at least at some point, and B, like, it genuinely is a fantastic song, a fantastic opening. I want you to watch some of the images because, and then I'm going to explain it to the listeners, because you thought it wasn't an action anime is so interesting to me, because the visuals in this opening are very action, but it's now I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it's against the backdrop of this completely non-action.
I've opened your eyes.
Yeah, you have.
Well, because like from just listening, like it is very chill. Like it's got that. Well, it's actually not chill. It's just fun, like upbeat, and like sounds like friends hanging out, going dancing, and that's not what's happening in the visuals.
Happening at all. So here I'm going to play some of it for you.
Interesting.
And again, like I mentioned before, and why this is so high on the list is that This is another opening that tells the entire story of the show in a minute and a half. And I just love openings that are like that. And this one is so many quick shots of so many things that are jumbled and weird, and you don't know what it all means until the end. And then you like start seeing these images in the show and you're like, oh, this all pieces together. And that's what this is about. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it.
Yes.
And because it has such an important historical place, I had to mention it.
Right. I love it when openers do that, where they have the little snapshots of different things that happen, but like they do it quickly because that way it's not spoiling it for you.
Right.
But then once you experience that episode, you're like, oh, that's who that character is in that part of the song. Like,
and that's why I love anime openings in general, is that a lot of them will put little hidden things in there, and it kind of like sets up, gives you a preview of what you're about to experience, you know, and little subtle hints and little tiny foreshadows that I absolutely love. So there you go. There's Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely would not have gotten that. Okay, so moving on to my number 4. I've actually moved this to like halfway through the song because it's the part that I love the most.
Okay.
So,
all right.
And I'm intrigued to see if you get this or not.
Okay, it's so familiar. Can you play the beginning of it? Can you start at the beginning? But I can't put my tongue on it yet.
It's okay. Which one specifically?
Now I'm second guessing. Is it like the second one where they're elves?
Yes, this is Sword Art Online 2, and it's the first opening.
Okay.
Yes. Oh. Good guess. I wasn't sure if you were going to get it or not, because, you know, we have our ups and downs as SAO. But, oh my gosh, the visuals on that part, that's my favorite part. Could I play it again just so you can see it?
Yeah.
Because it just makes my heart leap every time.
Right, so it's like the gun one.
The Gun Gale Online or whatever.
Yes.
So it's like the second. Well, it's still the first opening, but like, because I think the elves.
The elves is part of the first season.
One, yep, just the second half. But I showed that to Kelly because so the Gun Gale Online I wasn't really a fan of at all. But what is so cool is that our main character Kirito, he like has always been one to carry a sword, and so of course when he goes into the gun world, he gets a lightsaber. because of course he would. So like the visual I just showed her is just like this cool shot of like him like fastly fighting another person with a saber, and like with that music behind it, it looks so pretty awesome. Epic. Oh my gosh, like the show itself, but that shot, I lived for that. So yeah, that is one of my favorite jams.
Yeah,
like, it's so good.
I cannot wait to someday we are definitely going to be talking about Sword Art Online on the podcast, because we both have such differing opinions about it. It'll be such a good episode. But I'm so glad you like that opening.
Yeah, it's so fun. Not my favorite season at all. In fact, I don't really like it at all. But but I love that opening.
Yes. And that's what, like we said at the beginning, some of my favorite anime are not my favorite openings, and some of these openings like aren't necessarily my favorite anime. I've never even seen Naruto.
Me either. Somehow I got that one.
Yeah, I'm still impressed that you got that. I don't know what's happening.
You're welcome, world.
Okay, so that was your number 4.
Correct.
Okay, here is my number 4. I could keep playing because it's amazing, but I know you already got it. Or maybe you don't.
I'm hesitating. I am hesitating because I know the song, and I'm just like, okay, do I really know which anime it is?
You gotta at least throw me a guess.
So I think it's My Hero Academia again.
That is incorrect.
Dang it.
Okay, I'm going to play a little more then.
I feel like this is a show we've watched together. Is that correct?
It's possible.
Because this is so familiar. Can you play some more of it?
I'm going to keep playing it.
Because I know. Da, 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 da. Why am I struggling?
You've heard it before. You know it. It's on the tip of your tongue, I'm sure. But you just can't place it.
Like, I could sing along to that.
Yes.
Like, okay.
You were seriously mentioning this the other day.
The other day?
At some point recently when we talked, you mentioned this anime.
Oh, dang it.
I don't want that to like make you second guess or anything or.
Okay. Can I just get the hint to make sure I'm in the right genre? What genre it is?
It's hard. Because I don't know which part of it is the more central part. Like, what would you put it in? I feel like...
I know it's not Fairy Tale. Because
No.
I know those openings.
Because the thing is, it has a very central romance in it, but it is also an action fantasy.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely not Yono of the Dawn.
No. Don't get hung up on that if that's going to hurt you know? Because we talk about a lot of anime, okay?
I know. I can't believe, listeners, please, please know that, like, I know I say that I know, but I know this song. Like, I do. I know that I've heard it many, many times. I just can't pin it.
I don't know if necessarily a lot of listeners would get this one either. I don't think it is as popular as a lot of the titles we've already mentioned.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I know what it's not. So.
The only other hints I could give you are, like, describing the main character or something. Which I could do, but I'm going to let you struggle for a little bit. Is it okay if I talk a little bit, like, vaguely about why I like the opening?
Go for it.
I like the opening, and maybe this is helping you too much. But I'm just going to describe why I like the opening, and maybe that'll help you, like, click. Not only do I really love this song, but the opening does a really good job of balancing some really phenomenally animated action sequences with very subtle acting choices in the animation, and giving us a very clear, like, feel for the show and introducing us to kind of some of the themes in a... It has a lot of symbolism that I really like, and it's not as clear that it's, like, telling you what's going on, but it is, and it's introducing all the characters in a good way, and the ending of the opening is, like, a major part of the series, and it's just very good. Any more guesses?
I want to be able to guess it.
Okay, you want to be able to guess it.
I do, because it's frustrating that I know the song, but I can't pin it down. So, another hint, please?
Okay, so, like I said, even though there are these fantasy elements and there's action, the plot centers and focuses around one couple. These two individuals.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of different
That is a lot of different anime.
And it's not Sword Art Online.
And it's not Sword Art Online. I could argue that the stylistic choice is similar, visual, animation-wise. Although I would argue this animation is better. The setting is normal present day, except with an additional fantasy element.
Mm.
I could say they're in high school, but that's about literally every anime.
No, that actually could help. This isn't Fruits Basket, like, now, is it?
No.
Okay, I was like, oh my gosh.
That would have been a good one.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's a good guess. It's a good guess. This has more action than Fruits Basket. This actually
I
has
think,
fight
like,
scenes.
high schoolers, I think, like, Hero Academia, but that's not it either. And then Fruits Basket has that element of the animals.
It was interesting as I chose this one. Like, I put a whole bunch of anime openings on my list, and then this one just kind of rose to the top unintentionally. It wasn't that I immediately was like, this one has to be up near the top. It was that it just ended up there because I love, like, every single element of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's not one that even I would have guessed would be on as my number 4.
Mm-hmm. it's just hard because, like, there's not a lot of high school anime that are action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what it would be. You're probably going to say it, and then I'm going to feel like a dummy.
Okay, well,
we're coming to that point where we should probably just have the answer.
Yeah, I'm going to give you another hint. The main character has red hair. She has red hair.
Snow White with the red hair?
No.
Okay, I was like...
That's not present day.
I was like, that can't be it.
Another part of her physical appearance that is mentioned a lot is that she wears glasses.
It's not Beyond the Boundary, is it?
Yes!
Oh! I was gonna guess that like 4 songs ago, but I was like, no, it's too lighthearted. Oh! Wow! Man. Oh, that was a struggle.
That was a struggle for you.
Because I bet it was because I was just listening to that song this morning.
Oh, yeah?
No joke, because I almost... Here's a hint for you. I almost added it to my top 10. And that was actually one of my honorable mentions.
Great.
But alas, I couldn't think of what it's from.
Oh, no.
Sometimes they just all blend together. But that is so crazy. Yeah, I was definitely going to guess that like 4 sonks ago. I should have just gone with my gut.
Gone with your gut, girl.
Oh.
Yes, so it's Beyond the Boundary. It is, again, like a normal world, except that there are certain... like spirits and spirit hunters, and the girl hunts them and the guy is one, so it's of course that great romance, but it's completely different than I truly think that the plot is really well written and really well done. Like you get some slice of life elements to it.
Beyond the Boundary is beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, and I think like has a lot to say. It kind of, their struggles, you know, I think correlate a lot with just like accepting yourself and like no matter who you are or what mistakes you've made in the past. And I really think we should definitely talk about it on the podcast sometime soon, because I'd love a good reason to rewatch it.
Yeah, same. This is a really good show. It's very deep. Very deep.
And it's also one of those that was very... Like, one of my first anime was Beyond the Boundary. I was watching it when that came out, so.
Yeah. Wow, I can't believe it took me so long. I was literally listening to it this morning.
You were riding the struggle bus.
I was, man. But it is true. A lot of anime songs do kind of have a similar, you know, structure. So like
similar vibe, yeah.
So they can blend together. Okay, well now that we're over that mountain, let's just continue on, shall we?
Yeah, what's your top 3? We're going into
number
top 3.
Number 3,
yeah.
Okay.
It's Violet Evergarden.
Yeah.
I struggled there for a minute.
I was so excited because for the first 20 seconds, Kelly was like, oh, I recognize this, but I don't know this. But you got it. You got it.
Wow. It took me too long because here's why.
Hey, you're talking to me. I mean, it took me too long.
But that was going to be on my honorable mentions because that was one of the ones that I kept putting in number 10 and taking out and switching with other ones. Yep. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Tell us why it's great.
It's just so beautiful, and it like totally encapsulates the theme, the mood of the story, and that like there's a lot of hope like in the music, just as like Violet is figuring out what love means and how to be a human being, because she's been so trained and brainwashed her whole life to just be like a robot soldier basically. And so anyway, I just feel like it really touches on the beauty of her humanity, and it's just so sweet and endearing. So that's why I love it.
Yes, that show is phenomenal. We haven't done an episode on that, have we?
I don't think so.
Oh gosh, that has to be on the list. The animation is fantastic. I can't even explain.
I remember talking about it in like what we were watching,
right? Because
I remember I think Nathan had said that he like heard us talking about it, so he wanted to give it a try or something.
And then Nathan texted me as he watched it and was like, "Why did you do this? I'm crying." Like, it's very emotional.
Right. It's so good.
It's so good. And the music, including this theme, is absolutely fantastic. The whole soundtrack is phenomenal. Good choice. Good choice. I'm glad it made it in there because it deserves to be in top 10 and I didn't get to put it there. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
And way up as top 3. Number 3. All right, here we go. I have a number 3 for you, Emma.
Okay, I'm bracing myself.
Redeem yourself from last time, please. Here we go.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. The first opener.
The first opening.
The very original. You're welcome.
Yeah. I'm glad you got it. I figured you would.
I was a little nervous because I was starting to overthink and I was like, oh, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm thinking, oh, wait, no, Emma, don't go down that spiral again.
Yes. I will say that opening number 4 that you had on your list, that was almost going to be in this spot. But then I changed my mind because, again, all of the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood openings and the original Full Metal Alchemist openings too are all great. And, but this one I landed as my favorite of the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood openings because not only is the song great, but the visuals, and again, just like I've said a million times already, I really love anime openings that tell the entire story right there in the OP. So, with this one is no exception. It has a ton of foreshadowing.
Oh, yeah.
I remember because we watched this together, Emma and I, and this was her first time watching it, and we would watch that, and because the very first shot is a person with long blonde hair, a guy, and he's like a little older, and your immediate reaction was, I remember you asking me this, like, is that Ed when he's older? And I was like, I can't tell you that, but it's actually
I remember that.
But it's actually their father, and when he was younger. So because even the very beginning, the first like 10 seconds or less, it's like just the first few seconds before the big like da-na-na, and they show the name of the anime, is all their father's story. It's like it's him when he like, you know, is younger, and then there's their mother, like he meets her, and like there's the kids, and he leaves his sons, you know, he shuts the door on them. It's like all those visuals are basically his story wrapped up in like a few seconds. And I'm like, I live for that stuff, you know, yes. like all of this foreshadowing and symbolism. And that's what I love about anime openings, is that when done well like this, like you get so much information just from these quick little snippets. And this one as a whole too has those really powerful visuals of the kids, of Ed, Al, and Winry, all as all as kids, and then they all like shake in the wind, and you see Al lose his whole self like falls apart, and you see Ed and his arm and his leg fall apart, and then you see Winry and she like is tumbled by the wind too. Like, I don't know, those are really powerful images, I think, for the entire thing. And of course, with all of the Full Metal Alchemist openings, there's so much really good fight choreography just in the openings, that it's always just really, really good. So that opening number 1, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, is my favorite Full Metal opening.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And I also remember like watching that opening with you and being like, and saying that about, is that Ed when he's older? But what was so fun is like, as we would watch the opening every time we watched a new episode, like I would start to get more information, then finally like piece things together. So it was like exciting to figure out, oh, so when am I going to see that person that's in the opening? Like, and just keep looking for those clues. So
yes, it's so fun to watch out for those clues in all anime.
Okay, do you want to hear my number 2?
I definitely want to hear your number 2.
Okay, here we go. This is so much fun.
I'm going to make a guess here.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, because I don't know offhand, like I listened to this and I don't think I've ever listened to it before, but I'm just going to throw it out there that this is your third fairy tale opening. Yes, it is. Yes, Emma. You're fantastic.
I may have included included 3 fairy tale songs in this top 10. So
It would not be surprising if there was a fourth one as number 1.
do you want to take a guess at where it's at?
Okay, I'm gonna guess it's before the last one you mentioned, but after the first one you mentioned.
Actually, this one, if I remember correctly, is after the last one I mentioned.
So this
I
one's
believe this
later.
is like, yeah, it's later than. So the last one I did was 15.
So what? Opening number 58 or something?
No, I think this is 17. But basically, I just love that opening where it's like, fight back, like in the lyrics, because it just gets you so pumped up. You're like, yeah, because like Fairy Tale team is working together to fight together. And also, this is like an intense one where, I mean, Lucy, one of the main characters, has been through a lot of different ups and downs through this whole series. But this one, like, her life is really at stake. And it's just intense for all of us, especially us Nalu fans. But, but yeah, no, it's just so fun, and like it's one where you just want to bang your head, like, because it's just rocking, like, you know, very heavy metal. But it's so fun. I love it.
What I love is that I did not give Emma any rules on this. It was basically, it needs to be an anime. And it needs to be an opening. So it can't be an ending or a song that's in the middle of it. It's got to be the opening as a whole. And I love that you chose, like, I separately made the choice to not double up on shows because I was like, otherwise my whole list would be Full Metal Alchemist and My Hero Academia. And you were like, nah, because you love Fairy Tale, and they have so many good openings. Your whole list probably could be Fairy Tale.
Oh yeah, I could do a top 10 Fairy Tale list for sure.
Oh yeah. I love that. And I love that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I went through quite a few anime, probably not all of the anime I've ever watched, but like, there's just so many really good ones, because Fairy Tale does have a lot of openers since there's a lot of seasons. And there are just some really good ones, and yeah, I could totally do a top 10 list of the Fairy Tale ones. So yeah, I was like, I know there's 3 of them, but I love Fairy Tale, so
I think that's wonderful and perfect. Awesome. Okay. Now we're getting on to my number 2. Are you ready, Emma?
I hope so.
What's your streak now? What's your
okay, so
score?
You have all of them correct. And
Sweet.
yeah, you're welcome. And then I didn't get your number 10. And then I guess we kind of pressed beyond the boundary, but if you count it still. I mean, I still kind of got it, you know,
eventually.
with a lot of hints.
With
But,
a lot of hints. Sure, that
so
counts.
I'm either 1 or 2 down, depending on how you look at it.
We're pretty good at this in general, I'd say. Or we just know each other well enough.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because a lot of these I haven't heard, but I just guessed correctly because I know what you
Because you just
watch.
know what I watch. True.
All right, I'm so ready for this. My number 2.
Is it Attack on Titan?
It's Attack on Titan!
Yes!
You got it!
I also do not watch that show, by the way, but I just knew, like, based on the vibe that song was giving, because it had amazing haunting melodies, like, very haunting. But, okay, I will say, I have watched the first, like, 3 episodes. It was, like, years ago. So, I could just totally tell. I was like, oh yeah, this is an Attack on Titan feel.
And you knew I was going to have Attack on Titan on this list at some point.
It just had to be there.
And like I said, I tried to narrow down because I wanted to talk about as many anime as possible. And Attack on Titan, like, I could have had every single one of their openings on this list, like all of them. But this is season 2. I chose it based off of, this is the song that I listen to the most out of the openings. Like, I love the song. I love the English version. Like, it's just a really good one. And not necessarily because it has the coolest, most epic, like, visuals. Like the first Attack on Titan opening has like the coolest like visuals of them flying through the city and then like slicing a giant titan, and that's really cool. But this one also has one visual that I really love, and it's like, so the camera is like sweeping across and you see John riding the horse, and then it sweeps to Mikasa flying through the air, and then she turns in the air with Eren, and Eren goes flying. I'm gonna show you this part. Everyone else is just gonna have to go look it up, but it's really epic and makes me like, yes, it's Attack on Titan time. Okay, here we go.
That's like the lightsaber like round where like the camera's just like going like, around and you see all these swishing, and oh, it's so fun.
This show is so fantastic. Like, I can't wait. Nathan is finishing watching it so that we can talk about it on the podcast.
Yes.
Because I definitely want to make an episode before the final season comes out later this year. This show just does so many epic camera angles and shots like that, and they do such a great job of making everything feel epic and make everything like the scale of everything, because it's these giants against the humans, and so they're flying everywhere, and and they're like going up these giant walls, and it's absolutely fantastic, super well done. Like I mentioned, Vinland Saga is created by the same studio, and they've done an absolutely fantastic job. The final season, I will add though, is not the same studio, and so I'm a little hesitant, but it looks good. The trailer looks good, so here's to hoping. Anyway, Attack on Titan, phenomenal. I could put every single opening on this list, and that one's my favorite for now.
It definitely makes me want to try watching it again, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I know it's gory, but man, I've heard good things, so it's maybe.
Epic. It is gory, it's bloody. Warning everybody. But it is fantastic.
Okay. Well, you know what this means.
We're at our final ones.
Yeah.
So can you give us a recap on all of yours so far before you give us your final?
Yes. Okay, so in 10th place, just kidding. In 10th was Kami-sama Kiss, which totally threw you off. Then we had number 9 as Fairy Tale, the very first opening. Then we had 8, Fruits Basket, the original song. We have number 7, which is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the 4th opening. We have number 6, Ouran Host Club Academy. Number 5, Fairy Tale, opening number 15. Then we have number 4, Sword Art Online 2, the first opening. Number 3, Violet Evergarden. And number 2, Fairy Tale from 2014, opening 2, so it's technically like number 17. Yeah, those are my 2 through 10.
Wow.
All right.
And so, what is your final, your number 1?
This one I am also starting halfway through.
Okay.
But you will understand why.
Great.
I'm so excited because this is a jam. And it's an easy guess.
Okay. Oh, yes, it's Demon Slayer.
Yes.
So
good.
I hesitated there for a second, but then, like, I could visually see someone, like, the visual of someone, like, samurai sword swishing through the air, and I was like, oh, it's Demon Slayer.
Yes, this is an anime I have recently watched, so it's very new, but it is my top song. Isn't that crazy?
Is this recency bias?
Maybe. But okay, after listening to that, were you not jamming along? I mean, that was so good. And this is another example of where the visuals and the music are totally in sync. So we've got all these different Demon Slayers with their different breathing techniques. So you see water swishing around. And my favorite part is there's a section where this one Demon Slayer who has thunder and lightning as his breathing technique, when the music is building up and it's fast, like he is slowing down, like as he's slicing through as like a bolt of electricity. And that is like my favorite part of the whole thing. So I just love this show. I'm so glad that you recommended it because it is so good. And I just could not put that opening in this list.
I'm so glad you did. It was in my honorable mentions, and like it's so fun that it has a lot of action, but it also has a lot of humor and heart. Like you get to, in this opening, you don't not only just see the action, but you get to see like how these characters interact. Like there's that section where Zenitsu and Inosuke are like chasing each other. And that's so funny and fun and clever, and the whole show is fantastic. And I have a shorter episode on that, so on the first season at least, and I'm very excited for more to be released.
Yes, agreed. That's my number one.
That's your number one favorite. I feel like I didn't put it in because for me it's not necessarily my favorite song out of all of them, and I definitely based a lot of it off of the music, even though the visuals in that opening are superb. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, this is one that I just want to jam out to every single time. So
for sure.
I was like, yep, this is my favorite.
Love it. Oh, that's awesome. I was really nervous there for a second because I was like, are we going to have the same first number one?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. You know, we just had the one.
I'm so glad, though, that we both had number 8 as Fruits Basket.
I know.
Like, I'm still reeling from that. Oh, my gosh. I love it.
All right. Hit me with your best shot.
All right. So, let's go over my 10 so far. Number 10, Code Geass. Number 9, Naruto Shippuden Opening 16. Number 8, Fruits Basket, original. Number 7, Vinland Saga, first opening. Number 6, My Hero Academia Opening 2. Number 5, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Number 4, Beyond the Boundary. Number 3, the first Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood opening. Number 2, Attack on Titan Season 2. And here is my number 1 favorite anime opening.
Your name.
Your name.
Okay, so I would like to say this definitely would have been the list. I thought we were just doing like anime shows, but it's fine. It's fine.
No, I have a defense. I have a defense.
Okay, bring it.
Here's my defense. Most anime films don't necessarily have an anime opening. This is, you know,
That's
an
true.
anime opening is a song, a theme that sets you up for the rest of the film. Like if you watch this is an anime opening because it is.
Oh, totally.
Because it's like you're getting a vibe for the characters. It's at the very beginning of the movie. You're getting it's right after their little prequel. And it jump cuts to all of these random images, these random things that happen at the beginning of the movie. You have no idea what's going on. Like, you know, it is an anime opening. That is my defense.
No, you're right. It is very much an anime opening, but it's an anime opening of a film, so whatever. It's
so
fine.
you can be mad at me, guys. You can be mad.
Well, then if she gets to have that as her number 1, I'm just going to put this out here that the whole soundtrack of Your Name would be on my honorable mentions, so.
But that's what I'm saying. The soundtrack of Your Name is not an anime opening. This visual, like, I honestly can't think of any other anime film that has an opening like this.
Yeah.
This is an anime opening. Like,
except for Weathering with You, but same person.
I don't know if I would argue that to be an opening.
Really?
I'd have to watch it again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And I've only seen it once.
That's true.
Does that have an opening like that?
It definitely does.
That has like all those like an introduction? Well, I clearly need to watch that again.
It has been a while since.
Yeah, the DVD doesn't come out here for a while. So I apologize.
No, I love Your Name.
For putting Your Name on here, but in my mind, it's truly an opening.
Yeah, and it's definitely top 10 worthy for sure.
It is the number 1 anime opening because it's the number 1 anime film. It's the number 1 anime story, and just like, okay, I'm gonna say it for the last time. it tells the entire story in a minute. I am always so impressed by that, and that's what I love. And it's like there's nothing but foreshadowing in this, like, 1 minute 30-second clip. It is the entire story. You see Mitsuha and Taki go through all different phases. They like literally grow up right before your eyes, and everything. You could dissect it and basically. I love that. They show you the entire story before they even get started. It's fantastic. So there's my defense. Thank you for humoring me. But that's it. That's the best opening.
Well, that was fun. Also, I would like to note that when you went through your top 10 list, there were definitely 2 that I didn't get, so you won either way.
I won. Let us know how many you got right while you were listening to this. I'd love to know, or what anime you're now intrigued into watching. Because I know I am definitely like, I need to get back into Fairy Tail. Apparently,
yeah, I had like 3 songs on my list.
Yeah, I need to get back into that a little more instead of my occasional viewing.
Do you have some honorable mentions that you'd like to play?
Yeah, you mentioned a lot of them, which is great. Like, Ouran High School Host Club was definitely on there, just as like a personal one. Again, I didn't put it on because the visuals are,
yeah.
but like as on a personal note, that's really great. And Violet Evergarden, you mentioned that, which is absolutely fantastic. Man, I just have so many I'm looking through right now. I'm like. I will spare you from listening to all the Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia openings, but here is a show we haven't mentioned yet that I really, really just love the song. It didn't make it in because I didn't think the visuals or anything to freak out about, but we'll see if you can guess it.
Super fun, but I don't know it.
It's from Haikyuu.
Oh. Okay, remember when I was guessing about sports?
Yes.
That's what I was referring
to. You were close. That is another song that I heard the song before I watched the show. And it's one of the few sports anime that I really like. I love it a lot. It's basically a high school men's volleyball team. And it's absolutely fantastic. Yes. It's just so fun and lighthearted. It's good-hearted. That's what it is. Like and it's like taking it seriously, but also like it's just a lot of fun. The characters are great, and it's a really good feel-good anime, I think. And it's just as like intense as any other like battle anime, except it's volleyball. And I love the song, so
yeah, that's fun. So one of mine on my list was the Beyond the Boundary song you played, but I couldn't remember it for the life of me, so I felt like a fool. It's fine.
It's fine.
But here's another one that was on my honorable mention list.
This is the next song I was about to play.
The same one. It's amazing.
It was Noragami.
Yes. So good.
And I really love that song, and I love that opening because visually it's all like black and white except for a few hints of like the pink and the blue and the red, and the yellow. It's very fun. It's very visually interesting.
It's so fun, and I love so in the story, like the main girl character has like a pink tail that shows like her spirit form, and so that's a different color than the regular black and white backdrop, and like they're just these pieces of color that stand out, and I think it's just very visually appealing.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you have any others?
Well, I have one more that I need to play because I feel like I will get banished from the anime community if I did not play this song in a podcast about anime openings.
Alrighty. Well, that's good because I also have one more, so that's perfect. I've got a list that I could give you some more, but we won't prolong this forever.
Yes, we've been recording for 2 hours already.
Oh my gosh.
But it's been so fun. Okay, so there are obviously a ton that I could say that are amazing. But I think we all just need a little bit of this.
I watched it all the time when I was a kid.
Pokemon! Gotta catch 'em all!
I know it's my destiny.
Wait, let's go to the end. We gotta at least like, I need that
the The finale.
satisfaction of like, no one can be mad at me that I didn't play that. So there you go.
Okay, I would like to play one more honorable mention. I think you will cry a little bit.
Okay. That was one I definitely was thinking about. It's Yuri on Ice.
Oh, it's so good. I could listen to that song all day. In fact, I remember one time we went ice skating and we played that because why not?
Because why the frick not? It's probably the only reason I took ice skating lessons for a while. I took like about a year of lessons, and basically in that whole year I basically just learned how to like stop properly, but so that's my ice skating level.
Hey, you can do more than I can. I'm terrible at ice skating.
But that show is the other big sports anime that I actually really love.
This was so much fun.
Emma, this was amazing. This was the most fun ever. Like
it just felt like reminiscing on old memories,
yes.
too. Like, you're just pulling out a scrapbook and like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this song.
Right?
Like,
and now, I mean, obviously a lot of things we talked about, we have episodes on, but we clearly have a lot more that we need to talk about, you know?
Yes, agreed.
For sure. This was an absolute blast. Again, let us know which ones would be on your top 10, which ones of this that you were able to guess or not. Did you have as hard of a time as Emma had with Beyond the Boundary?
Oh, man.
Let me know. And I wanted to say, too, like we mentioned before, some of my favorite anime didn't have openings that I was super, super fond of. And one of those examples is Snow White with the red hair. Mm-hmm. Like, I love that anime to pieces. But the openings aren't necessarily my favorite. Like, they didn't make it on my considerations list, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Also, though, if we did one on endings, Beyond the Boundary ending it's so good.
I'm gonna make sure I do my homework so I'm ready for the test.
I think we did fairly well, like you too. Like, this could have, you know, I think a lot of it is that the overlap of we watch a lot of the same anime.
Yeah, this is true.
All right. Anything else to mention about this experience?
Let's do it again sometime.
Let's totally do it again sometime. All right, this was awesome. I think we should definitely do some more fun, like, extra episodes like this in the future, because this was just a blast, Emma.
Yeah, I had a blast recording this. This was so much fun.
Fruits Basket, guys. We had the same
number 8! That's so bizarre.
So bizarre. All right, we're gonna actually go watch Fruits Basket right now.
Yes, the most recent episode.
We have plans. We need to watch this together. All right, so we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you so much for listening. This episode was an absolute blast to record, and Emma and I can't wait to do another fun listing like this. Another quick shout out to the Banter I Hardly Know Her podcast for the inspiration for this episode. You can listen to Banter I Hardly Know Her on any of your favorite podcasting platforms. Remember that you can vote for upcoming episode topics here at Fanimated and hear bonus content by becoming a member of the Fanimated crew over on patreon.com/Fanimated. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Fanimated Podcast to stay up to date with all things animated. And don't forget to leave a rating and review telling us what you'd like to watch next. The music is provided by Purple Planet Music and the art is done by myself. You can find me on Instagram at CandorDraw. Thanks again to Emma Martin for joining me for this crazy episode. The two of us will be back next week with a What You Watchin' segment discussing what we've been watching currently. So, as always, stay tuned and stay animated.